So after a very, very poor start to our new season in Division 3, we have managed to finally win 2 games. We follow it up with 2 more league games today. Hopefully, we can start to rack up more points and get ourselves away from this bottom part of the table. So like I mentioned, we did play 3 games in between last episode. So just the 3, because it is a new division. We don't want to go too far. And thankfully, we got our first 3 points of the season. It was a decent opening start. As you can see, Chambo played into Hansen, who took it back into his feet. And Chambo is going to be something I'll be saying a lot over this little recap, because he is all of a sudden turned into quite a decent player. We've didn't see the best of him in the opening games, I don't think, but we are starting to see the best of him now. He did make it 1-0 in this game. Precious Johnson lost the ball, and the other team, I can't remember who this was actually, were getting themselves forward. But yeah, Emile Chambo, the Cameroonian youngster, does seem to be cooking all of a sudden. But a well-won ball from Abiyomi fell to Hansen, who found Damsgaard on the left-hand side, the left-back, racing forward, managed to turn his man, swing one in, trying to find Precious Johnson probably, but it found Worrell, who then looked for a man in the middle, and it was Chambo, who made it 2-0. And as you can see, yeah, this guy is starting to get in amongst the goals. We needed it. Precious Johnson was our top goal scorer last season with 14. So hopefully Chambo and Johnson can start to kick on and get a little bit more attacking. There was a corner for the away side, who then managed to get back on the end of it, cut inside and smashed it behind the goalkeeper, Kjartansson. But that wasn't all. We did score a final goal of the game. We made it 3-1, and it started from a free kick in our own half. Abiyomi just whacking it up to Hansen. Hansen, who also had a very, very good game this game, played it into the midfield, which then found its way up to Worrell, who slotted it behind the goalkeeper, and we did get our first 3 points of the season with a 3-1 win. Won't show you the highlights for this because it would take forever. We did win our next game 5-0 as well. And as you can see, Chambo with the hat-trick. Precious Johnson got the first. Worrell got the 5th. Chambo, what a man. 3 goals from him. Yeah, he absolutely cooked this game. So back-to-back wins was massive. So after 2 back-to-back wins, we were feeling pretty confident coming into this one. We were outside of the bottom 4, and yeah, things were going quite well. We did have some chances in this game, but unfortunately it wasn't really to be. We did end up losing the game 1-0 just after the second half. I think it was either the end of the first half, or I think it was the beginning of the second half. It might be the end of the first half, I can't remember. But they did score 1 goal. We were trying to play it out. We were trying to play football the right way. Is there a right and wrong way? Who knows? We were trying to play the right way, but unfortunately not. The ball up to Hansen didn't really do much, and we weren't really caught on the counter, but we were caught. It was not really on the counter, but yeah, it was our phase. We lost the ball with a poor pass, and unfortunately we were punished for that. A ball over the top all the way to their winger, who then swung it in the middle after nearly losing it. Actually, he does. It was a little floater into their striker, who finished it off, and they did win the game 1-0. So all of that means after 5 games, we have won 2, drew 1, and lost 2, which is really not bad. As you can see, we're sitting 10th, which is not bad at all. I think if we were to avoid anything 12th and above, we would take that for a first season. We've got less games played as well, because one of our games had a waterlogged pitch, so that got pushed back. So yeah, we've done so far so good. 9 goals scored, 4 conceded. The 5-0 win definitely skews that a little bit. But overall, I think we're actually doing quite well. And with a win, we could be right up here. So I don't think we'll be in any sort of promotion battle, but I'm hoping we'll be good enough to just kind of sit mid-table this season. But our first game of the episode is away to Gefler IF, which means it's an away day. We're going to go do an away day. We're going to go see where these lot play and rank the ground. So here we are, and these lot actually seem to play in a proper stadium. Now we've gone up to the 3rd division. We've actually moved away from the countryside, the random, nothingness, and we've actually managed to find, let me just get the little man, an actual stadium. So we'll see what we can do. Nothing inside the stadium, which is a little bit disappointing. Let's see if we go. I think some neighbours are doing some work, so just ignore that if you can hear that. But yeah, I think this is the stadium. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't look like we can actually get in amongst it and see what's going on. This looks like the stadium, the Galvalen. That's definitely them. That's their badge. They've got a proper. It looks like a nice ground as well. I didn't think the 3rd tier of Sweden would be this high. I would expect. There's some girls there waving at the Google car. But yeah, I would expect it. I didn't expect it to be this big. Unfortunately, though, I don't think we can get anywhere close to in the ground. I don't know what this is. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, we can only really see around it. It looks pretty big. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying that there's nothing inside the stadium for us to look at. But it looks like there's some... trying to get down this side. Can we not go... we can't go here, I don't think. Let's drag our man. Can we... what's this? Yeah, can't really see anything from there either. So yeah, it looks unfortunately like we're not going to be able to see much of the ground itself. So that's definitely going to be a negative, I guess. Can we not go down here? I don't think we can go down here. So we can really only see the sides. It looks pretty big. We get like a... I can't even get like a little sneak peek into it. So it looks like there's some parking, which is good. That's a plus. Looks like there's some parking for bikes, which is interesting. Honestly, looks quite nice, but we've got to give it negative numbers. We can't see inside it, but it looks pretty good. Negative numbers that we can't see inside it. Plus 1 for the parking, plus a half a point for the bike parking. I'm going to give it a 5, just down the middle. Yeah, if we could see inside it, then maybe we could have gave it more. Maybe we would have even gave it less, but for what we can see of it, we'll just give it a 5. So back to Football Manager now. Our first game of the episode is this. It's away to Gefler. We've just seen the ground. We're actually going to play in a proper ground, and this is the team we're going with. We've got Kjartansson in goal, back for us, Schack, Thornberg, Hilmarsson and Damsgaard, Berman and Viggerbach in midfield, and then a front four of Worrell, Hansen, Johnson and Chambo, who is 5 in 5. What a man. I think we've got a good player on our hands here, and he's got potential to improve. So hopefully he can keep going and keep in the goals. I'm starting to worry Precious Johnson might not be up to this level, which would be very disappointing because I love Precious Johnson. He's got a great name. And I just love a big striker. I love a big striker. So hopefully we can get a result here. I think these are actually below us in the table, so there's every chance we could come here and try and get 3 points. And fair play to Football Manager, because this is actually fairly a decent ground inside here as well. So clearly they did their research. Now obviously when we were playing in Division 4, it wasn't really like this. This actually doesn't look too far off what it actually looks like in real life. So I'm going to give the Football Manager devs a little +1 point there. That was pretty good. Chambo down the left hand side, swung in. Someone flicked it on. Wasn't sure who, but someone flicked it on. Unfortunately though, couldn't find the back of the net. There has been an update or a couple of updates since I've last played as well. So hopefully that doesn't impact our tactic, because it is working at the minute. We did have that away tactic that a viewer sent us. We haven't had to rely on it just yet because things are going quite well. Obviously we got off to a little bit of a poor start, but we will find our feet in the division. So hopefully that will be over, and we can get back to playing good stuff. That's a decent save from Kjartansson. It wasn't the best effort. I think the goalkeeper could have maybe just picked it up, but nevertheless, he's kept it out. He's done his job. But it is a follow-up corner for Gelfer, and they do swing it in. Bit of a floater, cleared by Worrell, falls to their man on the edge of the box, who's leathered one over the bar, and it remains 0-0. But yeah, we are doing okay, I think. The 2 wins definitely help us from a points perspective in the table. Obviously, we've got a game in hand now as well, which is good to keep. But at the minute, yeah, we really just need to just keep going, keep picking up points where we can. And if we come against teams like this who are also kind of struggling, we really need to be getting wins over these lot. Obviously, the teams at the top end, whether we win them or not, I think at the minute we just need to keep improving as a side ourselves and hopefully keep signing a couple more players. But a ball into Johnson, who's got options. He's probably taken a little bit too long, but he's fed Berman in, who's through one-on-one. It was a tight angle, but I think he should be doing better there. That was decent work by Johnson. I thought the pass to Chambo could have been on to potentially, but instead he played it to Berman and ended up being a decent pass, but unfortunately Berman's effort quite poor. Damsgaard, who is definitely turning into one of the better players, I will say that. I think him, Worrell and Johnson, Worrell and Chambo Hansen and Chambo have been the best. Worrell and Johnson are, what am I saying? Damsgaard, Hansen and Chambo have been our best players. Worrell and Johnson have been a little bit disappointing, but just okay. And everyone else is just fine. Worrell now plays it to Schack, who plays it into Hansen, whose effort is blocked. Schack is Missed the last game. I think he missed a couple of games because of injury, and we actually won both of them games. So he's definitely on the chopping block for losing his position. Hansen into Chambo, feeds it back to Hansen, who needs to finish it off, takes it too wide, tries to feed it into Chambo, back to Hansen, into Johnson, and Precious Johnson, just too many men around close to him, couldn't get his shot off. But Thornberg plays a lovely ball up to Worrell, who has just ran out of play with the ball. Very poor from him. But yeah, I can definitely see there's been an update to the engine. The gameplay looks a little bit smoother. I'm definitely seeing some different animations, which is quite interesting. But Gelfer get one in on the edge of the box, and it's an effort. That really wasn't too bad. Carlton, though, I think, had it covered. Still 0-0, 25 minutes in. I think, even though we've not had a shot on target, we have been the better side. They're definitely getting a lot of men behind the ball once we get the ball in those areas, though, which is going to be a worry for us. So we probably need to move it a little bit quicker, try and get it in the back, into the box a little bit earlier to try and to not have so many defenders. But Hansen, with plenty of time, plays it back to Vigerbach, who was a little bit crowded out, but that was quite poor from him. Loses the ball, and there's a ball over the top, and now Gelfer have got men in the box. We need to defend it. We don't defend it. It's edge of the box. It's squared. And it's Gelfer 1, BAIK 0, and that is not the way the game was going. We were doing it quite well, and that is very disappointing to go 1-0 down when I think we were in pretty much control of the game. They didn't really threaten us at all, and unfortunately we have gone 1-0 down. But one player I have brought in actually is Hilmarsson for the other centre-back, Abiyomi, just because he's had some good games, has Hilmarsson. He's a big boy as well, and I wanted to see if he could maybe get some goals from set pieces, which would help us. That's a brilliant ball over from Damsgaard into Precious Johnson, who hits it on the volley. I think the update has definitely provided some new animations, because that was brilliant from Precious Johnson. Hit it on the volley. Very good ball in from Damsgaard as well. Would have liked him to just take a touch really and slot it in, but he's went for the half volley. Unfortunately though, nothing came of it. Hansen now into Precious Johnson, the hold-up man. Berman plays it up to Chambo, who doesn't get there, doesn't win his header. And now, again, we're getting potentially caught on the counter. Some very quick movement from these, and they've put it down one-on-one, and it's 2-0. And it's the same thing. We've got these lovely play. We get in behind. We don't take our chance. They've caught us on the counter. They've got their chance, and they've put it in the back of the net. And is that Kjartansson being a poor goalkeeper? Is it the centre-backs not being good enough? I'm not sure. But either way, 2-0 down, and maybe we do need the away from home tactic as well for this division, because we have struggled today. I mean, we like I said, I don't think we've been a bad side, but we've just not really been clinical at all. XG-wise, we've had more chances, so we've got a better number, so really we should have probably scored one of these. The problem is we don't really have any other strikers except Rosberg, and he's not really a hold-up, so we can't really play the Johnson role. It would really have to be for Chambo, but he's been brilliant. I don't want to take Chambo off. He's got a goal a game at the minute, like any Aluko, he's a goal a game. So, or was it a goal every other game? She said, I don't know, some nonsense, wasn't it? But yeah, not very good from us. Like I said, these were a team I think below us, so we really should have done better. And that right there was a bit maybe an explanation as to why we've not done well. So their player just stood on the ball, and we should have been getting aggressive, a big tackle in, getting on the counter. We've not done that. And unfortunately, I think we're not going to get anything from this game, because we just don't seem to be doing anything. The two strikers have really let us down today, and I think we'll have to take Chambo off. He's been poor. He's going to come off for Rosberg, who's actually a little bit tired. I think he's been getting match fitness with the under-18, so hopefully he can come on and have a good showing. But yeah, I mean, I think we've had chances. I think Johnson should have scored some. I think Berman should have scored some. And I think on a chance-by-chance basis, it's probably been quite equal. We've just not taken ours, they've taken theirs, and it's just one of them games. And I think we'll find this at this level, that we are going to be just an inconsistent side. We'll turn up some games, not turn up the others. And that's because we're probably not... we don't have a squad that, a full 11, or a full 11 at the most, but I don't think we definitely don't have a squad good enough for this division. But I don't think we probably have a full 11 that's really good enough for this division. I mean, Hilmarsson looked really poor there, and that's enough for me to drop him next year. That was so slow. 3-0 now for Gelfer. I mean, this has been probably our worst showing, because these were really not that good. And we've just let them in with every chance. Maybe messing with the back line, changing centre-backs has not helped. Shaq's had another poor game. We definitely need another right-back. I'm starting to think we could need another goalkeeper as well, because Kjartansson, I mean, he's not really held himself in much esteem at all. But just as much, the strikers have done bugger all this game as well. Shaq tries to play Johnson in, not really the man to get in behind Precious Johnson. It was probably hit a little bit hard and a little bit long anyway. But yeah, we've definitely been poor, and we've not really done anything. Thornberg, he's got all the time to just take it down, and that again just shows the lack of quality. He's got so much space, so much time to take it down. Instead, he's headed it back into danger. They've just walked through and made it 4-0. Oh my God, what is happening? This game's just got away from us. Like, we weren't even that poor, and then the game's just got away from us. We'll make a couple changes now. It doesn't matter. We'll bring 2 wingers on. We'll bring Abiyomi on for Hilmarson as well. Abiyomi's going to come back in absolutely next game because he's not held himself in any sort of he's not made a good show. And Kjartansen's been so poor though. Shaq's been poor. Everyone's been poor. Midfield. And I'm very, very worried now that the update has just totally wrecked our tactic because we were doing quite well, but now we look rubbish. We look slow as well. We look leggy and we just look poor. We don't look like the team that was playing before the update, which I hate when that stuff happens because that shouldn't be how it works. But I mean, we've created so little in terms of actual chances on goal. We got into good positions, but just, no quality to take them. And unfortunately, that does... Where are we? Yeah, we went down 1 position in the league, which is not great. So a really poor showing from us. I'm pretty sure these were they a team around us? No, maybe not. Maybe they were a little bit above us because they're actually 7th now. So they might have been above us. I might have got that wrong. But yeah, that was very, very poor. And it looks like I think Shaq's picked up a knock as well. He's going to be out for a month. We don't have a centre-back. We don't have a right-back. Well, yeah, Abiyomi's going to come back in, and then Hilmarson will just have to play a right-back, I think. Oh, we are struggling. We need players, and we can't bring any in. Right. We have Stockholm next, who are... Where's Stockholm? 10th. So they're pretty much about where we are. Let's hopefully have a better game because that was really poor. Right, for our second game of the season, second game of the episode, we are against FC Stockholm. Back at home though, hopefully, home to home. Hopefully we can do a little bit better. There is a part of me that wants to bring the other goalkeeper back in because he wasn't that good last season either, to be honest. I mean, 11 clean sheets in 24 is not bad. I don't think we'll have had 1. No, we've had 2. You know what? He's on a 7.0 and he's got more potential. We'll stick with Kjartansen for now, but I'm very sus of him. Then we've got a back 4 of Hilmarson coming in on the right. I mean, he's improving, so there's that, which is good to see. Thornberg, along with Abiyomi back in the side, Damsgaard at left back. Berman, winger back in midfield. We could definitely do with some better midfielders. Worrell, Hansen, Johnson and Chambo. There is part of me that just wants to sack off Precious Johnson now. I don't think he's up to the level. We're definitely not going to be extending his contract at the end of this year. This is going to be his last season with us. Part of me wants to get Rosberg in just because he's got so much more potential than Precious Johnson. You know what? We're going to do it. Rosberg comes in. Actually, no, we're not. He's just not a deep line forward. We're going to stick with Precious Johnson for now. But I do think there's a future where Rosberg probably starts over Johnson. It's just he's not a deep line forward. We could maybe play Chambo there, but I don't know. I think they're both probably channel forwards really. So, and Chambo's the better at the now. So we'll come up against a side who have pretty much had the same start to the season we've had. So realistically, we want to be getting at least a point today, but 3 would be massive. And we are back at home. We do seem to be better at home. So I do think we need probably to start using that away tactic away from home. I think we are just too vulnerable with only the 1 striker. But honestly, when we played it the once, we still conceded lots of goals. We just happened to score as many as well. So honestly, I think it's just one of them weird games where every chance they've had went in and our chances haven't. That was good play again by Johnson, and then there's just a real lack of quality in the final third with us at the minute. We need to be getting Chambo. Or maybe we need to be making more quality chances because Chambo's got to do that better. Chambo's got to get more involved in these chances because he's the one who seems to know where the back of the net is compared to the rest of them. But that is good work from Johnson, who's won the ball and he's played in Chambo. Speak of the devil, Chambo, can he cut inside? He doesn't. He plays to Hansen, who plays it back to Chambo. I thought it was a terrible strike. I can't believe that's went in. It was a really quite a poor effort, but the goalkeeper's been beaten, which just shows you how poor the keepers are at this level. Maybe I should be a little bit nicer to Kjartansson, because I don't think he would have made that save. I think he would have saved that, to be honest with you. I guess the good thing is with some of these players like Kjartansson and Hilmarsson, they are young players. That's poor from Hilmarsson, though. It was just trying to give them some credit. They are young players. They are going to get better. One thing I have noticed as well, I don't know if it's this Football Manager or this update. Oh my word, we got away with that off the post. Hilmarsson beaten though, but Hilmarsson clears it though. What was I going to say? I don't know if it's this Football Manager or this update, but it does seem like you don't have to have the perfect. Sometimes in old Football Managers, if you didn't have like a club with good facilities, it didn't even matter if a player had potential. They would never really get any better anyway. Like, I just don't think that's realistic. Even at like a poor club, if a 19-year-old plays and they've got like, say you had a League 2 player and they were at the National League North club, right? So let's say you had a National League North player who had Premier League potential and he was at a National League North club. If he played, he would get better, regardless of if the fact that the club don't have good facilities. Playing football just makes you a better footballer. That's obvious. Now, obviously, if you've got better coaching, better facilities, all that, that's going to make a difference too. One of the assistant managers, I think, wants to get involved. She's here. But yeah, I think it's a little bit odd. But what I've noticed, especially this save, I think the assistant manager's coming up. There we go. One of the assistant managers is here. Have a look at that. Look at that for an assistant manager. What an assistant manager. Anyway, Johnson threw on goal, tipped over by the other goalkeeper. But yeah, we've got two assistant managers, both female, so we're progressive. We're progressive here at BAIK in the Euro Journeyman. But yeah, they do like to get involved. They do like to see what's going on. They don't put not too much input from them, to be fair. They don't really say a lot, do they? They don't really like tell me what to do or anything like that. She looks dead on the camera. Yeah, camera shy. Considering it's the vocal of the two assistant managers, she must be camera shy. But Chambo, lovely ball in behind to Worrell, who's got Johnson in the middle and finds him. And Johnson with the little flick on, precious, makes it 2. Love to see it. We are taking our chances today, which I think is mainly what we just weren't doing in the other game. Perhaps they were just a better side than us, but I think realistically we just didn't take our chances. But yeah, it does seem to be away from home we just were rubbish, and at home we're quite good. So I don't know. Obviously, like I said, these were around our level, and Gelfer were a little bit better than us. So I think there is a bit of a gap. Hilmarsson not covered himself in any glory there. It was his man, and it's 2-1. Kjartansson with his head in his hands. It wasn't his fault really. There's nothing he could do about that one. It was Hilmarsson and potentially the centre-backs for not winning it and stopping it. But yeah, that was very poor. It is 2-1, and I was singing our praises a little bit there, but maybe we need to just calma. Going into the second half, well, we're not there just yet. The ball was coming into Chambo, but he's been beaten. And I'm just trying to stop the assistant manager from jumping on the table, because she will absolutely knock the mic over. Not a bit of a clumsy assistant manager, if I'm honest. Not the most useful at times, but there you go. Worrell cuts in, turns his man. It was a decent save this time from the goalkeeper, who's kept it out. And there is going to be a late corner. No, there isn't. We didn't get to see it. 2-1 at the half. Lovely jubbly. We'll take that and just tell the boys same again, please. I think we've been the better of the two teams. Don't really want to mess it up. And we just need to try and do something. Need to see a little bit more from Hilmarsson, though. I do have a little bit of sympathy for him. He's not a right back. He's a 6'7" big centre half. He's not a right back. So Abiyomi heads it out. That's offside. He's got to be offside anyway. He was offside. I could be a linesman. I really could. But I think we'll need to play him. He'll need to adjust as Hilmarsson. But he's on a 6.8. He was at fault for the goal probably. But he's on a 6.8, so we can't be having that bad of a game. Now, whether it's him we play there, or we could even play like a winger there, I guess, and just try and gamble on them being good going forward, but not defensively. I don't know. I guess if we were chasing the game, we could always play like a winger there. But Abiyomi did what had to be done, but it's ball in behind. He's got to be offside. He was offside anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, I thought he had to be offside. Well done for not playing him on, lads. But they've definitely got something about them where they could definitely equal this game up, which would be disappointing because I think we've been probably the better side. It's been close, but this second half it does seem to be them coming forward a little bit more. And we just keep launching it up, and I'm not really sure why. Precious Johnson fights off 2 men, though, to win it. I'd love to see that from Precious into his feet now. Back to Berman, who plays it to Chambo. Not seen much of him in these 2 games, but it's Hansen on the ball now, who's got options in the middle. He finds Worrell, who gets there, and that was a good play. Good bit of play from winger to winger. Hansen to Worrell. He does a little dance, Worrell. Love to see it. It's 3-1. He's meant to be our best player, Worrell. He's been our best player today, but I think this is the first time I can really say that with much confidence. He hasn't really been our best player most games, but a goal and assist, 2 assists from Hansen as well. The wingers, I will say, do seem to be our best players at the minute. I think Chambo's been good, but I think both sets of wingers have probably been our best player. I think Hansen's probably been our best player, if we're being totally honest. Precious Johnson there, playing as the hold-up, and that's why we don't play Rosberg. I was thinking of Rosberg, but Johnson would never have won that header. He would never have won that header where there was 2 of them, so you got to have a big man up top. You've got to have an outlet, especially at this level. And Johnson's cutting and jiving, just about gets it into Chambo, who gets a second bite of the cherry. Hansen with another assist. It's Emil Chambo on the score sheet for the second time today, 4-1. Love to see it. And now we can make a couple substitutions. 67 minutes on the clock. We're going to bring Stengard on for Hansen. We're going to bring Rosberg on the right. No, we're not. We're going to bring Rosberg on up top. Where are you going? Assistant manager's trying to leave. You can't leave. We've got a game to play. We're going to bring Rosberg on for Johnson. And we're going to bring Aberg on as well for Worrell. Don't want the assistant manager leaving just yet. We've still got a game to play. We've also don't want the assistant manager knocking the microphone over. So 4-1 at the minute. Lovely stuff. Chambo still the only goal scorer left on the pitch. I know. Not long left now. We'll just see the game out. Assistant manager. Oh, you're meant to do the set pieces. She's meant to be managing the set pieces. She's going off to find out what went wrong there. But yeah, disappointing stuff. 4-2. And yeah, I'm a bit worried. I'm just worried with this defence that we're going to concede a lot of goals this year. Rosberg, though, plays it to Aberg, who's tackled. Falls to Berman, though, who's got an option in Vigor back. The 2 midfielders, no one really wanting to commit. Chambo in behind to Rosberg. Again, it's some terrible goalkeeping. I think he might have been offside, though, unfortunately, for Rosberg. It was a good little bit of play from Chambo. Lovely ball in, but unfortunately was offside. 4-2 still, though. We are leading the game, and hopefully we can just see this out now. But yeah, disappointing to concede that corner, but not the end of the world. Hilmarsson, the big centre-back at right back, plays it in, plays a square ball in. Stengard didn't even fancy jumping for it. Good job he's on a non-contract, because if we get anyone decent, anyone better at left wing, we are definitely letting him go, because he has really done absolutely nothing, and an effort from distance thankfully goes wide. But yeah, Stengard really didn't even fancy jumping for it, which is weird. He's one of the foreign players as well, one of the non-Swedes, so we definitely can't afford to keep him in this club if he's going to be that terrible. Oh, offside. Kjartansson did save it, though. It wasn't the most convincing save, but he was offside, and that was more just worrying defending. But yeah, I think there's going to be lots and lots of goals this year. I don't think we'll be... If we don't score goals, I think we don't win games. I think it's as simple as that. I think obviously you need to score 1 goal, but I think we'll need to be scoring 2-3 goals most games to be winning games. Thankfully, though, we do seem to be okay in that department. Obviously, we didn't score any in the first game, but we've scored 4 today. We beat another team 5-0. I don't think we're goal shy. It's just we're clean sheet shy. We don't seem to be able to defend at all. But you know what? Maybe Kjartansson's all right, and the defence is just terrible, because he's done a very good point-blank save there. He really has. We are right at the end of the game. Has to be full-time. It is full-time. It's a 4-2 win. Back to winning ways. Love to see it. And that's actually knocked us all the way up to 6th. So clearly we are still quite early in the season, because winning a game has taken us like 5 places up, which is lovely to see. Well above the drop. Probably not going to be in any kind of promotion race, but I'm quite happy with that. A good start. We have tied a couple more players down to contracts as well, so I think there's only a very small amount of players who aren't on proper contracts. And I think Abiyomi's the only one in the starting 11 now who isn't on a deal till the end of the season now, so that's good. But yeah, other than that, everyone else is tied down till the end of the year. Worrell's still got another year on his deal as well. So that's going to do it for this episode. We will play again some more games off camera. Not I don't know how far. We might go a little bit further than we did last time. Should we come back for... Well, contracts end, don't they, in June? So I think we'll come back for start of July, and then we can kind of do... Because I don't think we'll be able to take advantage of the free transfer stuff, but I'd love to bring some English lads in. I'd really like to do that. But yeah, there will be contracts out. So there might be Swedes in lower league, other leagues that are available, or players that we can bring in. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll get through 8 games off camera. We'll do obviously recaps on it. We might not show you the highlights for all of them, but we'll recap all of the games. And then we'll come back for these 2, and we'll probably do a free transfer day. We probably won't do an away day. We might do an away day too. Yeah, why not? We'll do an away day as well. And or should we come back and then do that? Nah. We'll come back for this free transfer day. Maybe not doing away day, but we'll do free transfer day as well as playing Fallow as well. So that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all for more very soon.